that's a tough one to call too. I think Gaethje's gonna maybe. I don't think he'll deviate away from his main skill set, which is obviously just being that gritty forward fighter. You know what I mean? Take one to give one. I think he might mix it up a little bit. I think Justin is going to actually start to use. I think Justin has a lot of skills that he hasn't really shown. I mean, the guy's an All-American Division I wrestler. He hasn't really shown that. So I think Justin's going to come out and showcase more of his skills. And I see Justin Gaethje winning.
I mean, I'm not a believer in Gaethje. I think he's a fucking punching bag, and he takes too much damage. And everyone's like, "Oh, he's so exciting." He fights like that because he don't have a choice. Because he don't have any fucking skills. He don't have any physical attributes. He has to sit there and swing like a brawler because he can't move. He's unflexible. He can barely throw a high kick. That's why he butches people's legs down, because he can't. If you watch him, he can't barely kick above the damn waist. And he's just it was a matter of time before he got knocked out. And he got caught, and what he got caught with, I will say, on his side, he didn't get caught with like a punch and get dropped. He got caught with a knee, which could happen to anyone. I don't know though. Poirier's been in a lot of wars as well. If I have to bet my money, I'd probably pick Poirier. And I would beat both of them, by the way. I would beat Poirier and Gaethje both. I'd smash both of them.
Ooh, I think Dustin. I think Dustin's one of the dark horses in this division. Somebody asked me the other day what's the most stacked division, and his hands down is 155. You got Dustin Poirier. Dustin's he's been putting in his work. He's been getting his experience out the way, and it's really kind of showing through. So I think Dustin will be smarter and pick Gaethje apart. Gaethje's, if he comes out fighting that same style, the man does not. The man's days are numbered, and I think he even knows it. So maybe he might be able to catch Dustin, but Dustin's a little too polished for him right now.
I'm hoping that Poirier will win. It's difficult to tell because they both employ similar types of game plans. I think Poirier may be a little bit more intelligent. Justin Gaethje takes so much damage, dude. Like, why are you down to get punched in the head so many times? Don't you want to use your fucking brain later? Like, you're going to be brain dead by the time you're fucking 40, man. Like, he's fucking insane, and he takes pride in it. Like, I don't understand these fucking fighters that are so down to take damage. Like, brain damage is real, man. Get your fucking CAT scans. Get your MRIs done. See how much brain scar tissue's on your brain. That shit should, and like, don't you, like, I don't know, maybe they're not feeling the effects. Maybe they're so delusional that they're in denial of the effects. But I feel the effects, personally. I'm not as, like, well-spoken as I used to be. I'm not as, sometimes I'll stumble on words or I'll stutter a little bit here and there. And I noticed that shit. That shit didn't happen when I was a kid, So I'm doing everything it takes to minimize that damage going on and heal as much of that scar tissue and brain damages that I've incurred as possible. I just don't understand these fucking fighters that don't get it, And maybe they will eventually. Maybe something will happen that will show them, because something had to happen to me for me to really wake up. So I'm hoping that happens to them and that they're able to learn that lesson and they don't just continue to be in denial about it.
I don't know. That's fucking just roll the dice. That's just a roll the dice kind of fight. But Poirier has been looking good, and Gaethje's coming off a loss. And Poirier, his last performance, he was clean. I was impressed. He's improved very, very, very much so in the stand-up. Very much. There's levels to this, so he's going up a level. Gaethje, roll the dice. That nigga can come any type of way, and just because he comes there, he doesn't give a fuck, and I think that's what makes him dangerous. So, yeah, roll the dice.
Damn, another. But this is an easier answer for me. First of all, yes, this is fight of the night. Second of all, both guys are tremendous, but I'm going with the Lafayette, Louisiana hometown boy, Dustin the Diamond Poirier on this one. And I gotta say, Gaethje, the thing that I had going for him, I'd always say the guy's got a granite chin. If you can't knock a guy out, how do you beat him if he just keeps coming back? But he finally got knocked out, and maybe that was just a little chip in the brain that he did. I don't want to say he needed, but if now he finally doesn't quite be able to take the punch that he used to, maybe we don't see him getting in quite as many wars, because he would get caught every fight, but he would always pop up. This time he didn't pop up. Dustin's a hard hitter as well, so maybe Dustin's going to put on him. We'll see.
I really do think that it's gonna be a good fight, and that's gonna be fire because those two guys bring it, and they're both super tough, gritty guys that can give it and take it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to, like you said, I'm slightly biased to my homie Justin, but it's gonna be a good fight.
That's such a dope fight too. Shoot, that's not gonna go to decision. That's gonna end fast. I think they're just gonna go out there and brawl. I think Justin Gaethje is gonna have a little bit more power. I think he might knock Dustin out. I'm gonna go Gaethje.
That's gonna be fight of the night stuff right there, man. I want to make sure. I don't know where I am in the card just yet. Hopefully, I'm early enough where I can get back and watch that fight because I'm gonna watch that as a fan. That's gonna be a lot of fun. You know what? I'm a big fan of Gaethje, man. He comes forward. Although he's got a wrestling background, he doesn't even use it. He's a lot of fun. I'm gonna stick with him.
Man, Justin Gaethje is a crazy style. I like the guy. Guys, he's crazy to fight like that. Yeah, I don't think he's that smart the way he fights, but he's crazy entertaining. So I think I got Poirier with a little bit more strategy because everyone knows what Justin Gaethje gonna do. I think Poirier, if he plays smarter, he can beat. I got a little bit more for Poirier, but he's another one that for sure 100% I'm gonna watch.
I would say Justin Gaethje, just because he's really, really gritty. And I think he's going to kind of play into. I think he's going to knock Poirier out. I think he's going to play Dustin's going to play into Justin's game. You know what I mean? They're both brawlers. They're going to end up in kind of a brawling match. But I think Gaethje has he's more efficient at finishing people.
I'm going Dustin Poirier. He's Gaethje. I like his style. He comes forward, he just bangs and throws down. But Dustin Poirier, he's another guy that's super well rounded. I know Gaethje is as well, but I think just his angles and I don't know. I just he's been looking great, in his last handful of fights, and I just see Poirier finishing with TKO or knockout.
Oh gosh, you're killing me. Ooh. I'm a Gaethje fan, man. I am a huge Gaethje fan. I just love his mentality, and I think he's just gonna steamroll through him.
Poirier for sure. Poirier, yeah. Nothing against him, but I just even his first two fights with the UFC, I wasn't too impressed with him. I mean, he kind of reminds me of Homer during that boxing episode. He lets guys punch him until they get tired, and then he just, shoot one punch and they're done. So I think Poirier is a better athlete, better fighter. Gaethje's tough, but I'm going with Poirier.
Between Dustin and Gaethje, I see Dustin, man. I think he's a safer fighter. I think he is a little crisper with his punches. Gaethje likes to stand there, man, and get punched. And I think that what we saw Dustin do with Eddie. Even though that fight was controversial and it was going back and forth, I give it to him by maybe like a decision win.
Yeah, man, that's an awesome fight. Obviously, with Gaethje, this guy just comes forward and throws bombs, and he has that heart that he's just not going to go away. But we saw Alvarez put him away, so that was pretty cool, to see that he is finishable. The guy seemed like he was a Terminator before that. But I think Dustin Poirier is a little more seasoned, a little more well-rounded with his striking game, his movement, and he'll probably do something similar where I think he can get the finish later in the later rounds when Gaethje starts getting tired because he throws everything into every shot. So I would go with Poirier in the end, probably like a third-round TKO.
I think Dustin hits too hard for Gaethje. Gaethje take every punches. Like we can see, he's like a zombie in every fight. So I think Dustin knocking out. He's too stronger punches for Gaethje.
It's an interesting fight. I think Dustin's the more skilled fighter, but Justin's kind of got that, he loves a brawl and he's always in tough fights and he seems to get the wins, and he was undefeated up until his last fight. So, yeah, I would say maybe depends on how he's coped with that mentally as well, losing his first fight after being like 18-0 or whatever he was. I think I'd pick Dustin to win that fight.
I'm gonna go Poirier. I think Poirier's gonna outclass him. Poirier's a lot better of a striker, more crisp. However, if Gaethje drags him into like a brawl, which he's good at doing with people, he can knock out Poirier because that's not Poirier's strong suit. You know, what I mean, he's not a brawler. He's more of a technical striker that likes to stay in the pocket and throw combos. So if Poirier can make it his game, I'd say Poirier took that easily. And if not, you know, Gaethje could easily take it and land it with a shot and knock him out. But I'm gonna go Poirier. I think Poirier's gonna win that one.
That's a crazy fight. That's such a good fight. Before Poirier fought, who did he get knocked out by? He got knocked out semi-recently. Yeah, before he fought Michael Johnson, I thought that he was going to do really well in that fight, and then he lost. He got knocked out. I think Gaethje hit so freaking hard. I think it's going to be tough. I'm going to go Gaethje, I think.